How's it going, guys? It is Ryan and welcome to Dirt Rally, the full version now available on PC already and on consoles as well, where we will now do the ultimate career mode where we will try to win the big championships in all three disciplines on this game, which is rallycross, hill climb and of course rally. We're going to kick things off with a discipline that I love currently, and it is of course rallycross, where we'll be starting in the minor leagues in the rallycross cars from the 1600s. On there we'll be going as the Peugeot 207 because I like the Peugeot, it's very nice to drive. On there, it is the slowest out of the three cars that we have available to us, and it's the most expensive, so we'll see how that goes. But we're jumping straight in to the Clubman Championship in the first round at Lydden Hill in England, which is one of the most famous rallycross tracks in all of rallycross. On there, and we're going straight in to the first race. And if you guys don't know about rallycross, it's very complicated how it all works. On there, we're in cockpit cam because that's what we're going to be doing throughout the whole series with no assists, and away we go for our first race. And we've had a bit of a poor start there, I'm going to be completely honest. Not the best of starts, but this was the very first time driving at Lydden Hill, so this should be interesting as we lose the back end there and just scraping the wall, which has hindered us a bit of time to the two cars in front of Vista and Guzens. On there, as Amzar has taken his Joker lap, and I will explain that in rallycross there is a Joker lap you must take. As you can see that guy going off to the left, that is the Joker lap. It is the slowest of the two paths, but you only need to take it once throughout a race, and if you don't take it you get penalised at the end as well. And if you jump the start as well, you get an extra Joker lap. So it's only 4 laps as well, so you don't really want to be getting a second Joker lap in this race, especially as you can see the other guy going off now to do his Joker lap, and we will technically take the lead of the race for the time being. On there, and we just lose the back end there, just a tad. On there, as you can just see there, that there's a couple of cars behind, so we will probably lose out here to the cars when we go on to do our Joker lap. So very, very twitchy start from us here, very tricky, but getting used to this car, used to the when this was in beta or alpha or whatever it is, the pre-build version of this game. As you can see, they're making a massive mistake there, locking the tyres and going off, nearly off the track there. But I've driven the actual official FIA World Rallycross cars, and they are nice to drive, but never driven these little small Peugeot cars, so it'll be very tricky to get used to, and we come across the line for our first race in a dismal 4th, so it's not the best of starts for us on there, but the points are decided by the fastest time, and as you can see, we finished 7th in that race, as we are got 37 points in the bag, but we'll see how that goes as we go into race 2. So we're going into now race 2, as there are 4 races, and whoever I think it's the top 12 get through to the next round into the semi-final. So we're going on to race 2 now, as we are building the revs for race number 2, and away we go. And again, a very poor start from us, shifting too early for our liking there, but we get away with it just a tad, as we will take the Joker lap for the first lap, just to get it out of the way. And again, a bit of a slight lock-up there on the front right, just getting us a bit of a poor entry into the Joker lap. So we'll see how this goes. We've got a bit of a gap behind actually of the cars in front, so we'll be a bit tricky. There's just the back end sliding out there, just trying to do drifts really. I was having a lot of fun with this car on there. But let me know, guys, in the comments below if you would like to see me in this cockpit cam throughout the whole of the series, then that would be fantastic to hear. Or would you like me to experiment with other camera views as well and on there. So it is very nice to try this out, and obviously no assists as well. Makes it even more interesting as the wipers are going off there. As dirt will pick up, and it will create a bit of disadvantage for the visibility, as you can see there. Getting a bit on there, as we can see a car flying up in the air. That is Spencer. We just make a bit of contact with him, just not expecting him to be not accelerating as much out of that corner. So we make the inside move, and we're up to 3rd place. And we've all done our Joker lap, so we're going on to the final lap of this race. We're in 3rd position, not a podium position, because obviously this does count towards the rest of the guys' times, as the overall lap determines where you finish in that race. So you don't have to be 1st or even 2nd to gain some decent points. You just got to be as quick as possible and see where you're going to come home. But in this race we come home in 3rd, and we've improved our time quite nicely there, so to a 1:31.5, so a decent start. As you can see, we're up to 4th in that race, so that's a great start And we got the fastest lap as well, an individual lap, so that's quite nice to see as well. 40 points in the bag as well, which is good, and we're currently 7th overall, as we'll be now going on to race number 3 now, and we are in Group B again. As one thing I did notice as well is you can repair your car, and I decided to not do it because we've not really hit anyone yet in these 2 races, as we're going to be starting race number 3, and away we go. And again, we get a bit of a better start than the first 2 we did. And once again, we'll be doing the Joker lap, getting that out of the way. As we want to try and keep up with Spencer, who obviously is our rival from the last race, where we kind of made a bit of contact. Getting a bit of air there, which is nice to see on there. But it's just best to get the Joker out of the way and not forget about it, because I have done it before when I was practicing for this in the actual official World Rallycross cars. So it's good thing got that out of the way. And the 2 cars in front have not done their Joker lap yet. So interesting enough as well, we just see there Vertanen, I probably got the name wrong, took a bit of a wide entry there, coming onto the exits where the Joker lap ends, so maybe we could have a bit of a sniff there. He's just gone a bit wide there, wide entry into this corner, but gets away with it as both the 2 leading cars are on their Joker lap, so let's see what we can do with this. On there, taking a very tight line there, and we jump one of them. Can we jump the second one? We do indeed. We're up to 2nd place already, as we're going to be starting the final lap of this race, and it's going to be very close this between us and Vertanen as we're on to the final lap of the race. We're only 7/10 of a second behind, so if we nail these lines, which we have done there, we can gain some time with him. And can we gain a victory in our first round of the championship here? But it doesn't look like we will. We're getting extremely close there. We've got a bit more power on it, and he's just got enough speed to pip us just about over the line on there. And you can see a 29.9 as well. We are improving our times nicely, and we actually got 2nd overall along with Vertanen. So the Group B is doing better than Group A, so that's quite interesting as well. And we are 5th place overall as we go into the final race of the qualifying rounds before the semi-finals, and we are definitely through to the semis, so really going to take it easy here on this last race of qualifying, and away we go for the last one. And again, we've had a poor start. The AI have got great starts on us throughout the races so far. One of them has taken a Joker lap, and I think it's Amzar who took that, so that's a good start from him, taking a tactical decision to do the Joker lap on there, as we're going to be coming now to end the first lap of this race. And just want to point a heads up as well, I forgot to mention about this, this is the junior layout, it's not the full version of Linden Hill, which we will probably experience later on in the later in the series, so we'll see how that goes, as Visser, who was behind us, is taking his Joker lap now, as we'll be coming now to end the 2nd lap. And we're not far off Spencer as well, who's in the Opel, or otherwise known in English terms, is a Vauxhall. It's a Vauxhall Corsa. Well, that is an Opel Corsa in the game, so basically it is a Vauxhall Corsa. Anyway, Spencer's taken his Joker lap, so we are the only ones left to not do our Joker lap, so we will be taking that this lap, otherwise we'll be given a time penalty, as our engineer has pointed out to us on there. And to be fair, the game's just said take a Joker, it's our last lap, not going to forget that. So I was going to be very cautious into this corner and not spoil it, so a bit of the handbrake, but we didn't take too much handbrake and shifted too early, cost us some exit speed on there as we dropped down to 3rd, so a bit disappointed with that. We could have maybe got a solid 2nd place. We dropped to 4th actually, as Visser's on the inside, but we're going to try and hook it round his outside, put a bit of power and a bit of a tank slapper as well, but we pull off 3rd place. And that little short shift there out of the Joker lap has cost us a bit, and it's our slowest time as well, a 32.1, which still puts us 4th overall in the holes in race 4, so 40 points in the bag, and we are guaranteed a semi-final spot as we finish 5th overall and qualify for that, as we will now go to that semi-final. As you can see, we are in Group 1, 6 cars in each, and it's the same principle, 4 laps each, as I'll be doing now the repairs. And to be fair, it's not bad repairs there. I was expecting a bit more, but we'll see how this goes, as we're going to be going into this semi-final, and the top 3 in both of the semi-finals go through to the final race, which is a 6-lap sprint, so that's going to be fun, as we are away for the semi-final. And again, it's an alright start. We haven't gone to the back of the grid, which is a good thing, so at least we beat Kelly to off the line, so on there, as we've got a bit of a battle going on with Spencer, who pipped us in the last race, so who annihilated us in the first race, in the fourth race. So we'll see if we can do any better than that, as Goosens, I think that's the first time we've raced with him, is the lead of the race, as he looked like he was doing a dummy there to do the Joker lap as Spencer takes his on there, as we're going to try and hold it, but we're just being pushed too wide there, and just sticking with the default setups as well. Forgot to mention this as well, that just going to use default setups and just drive around and just see how we do with this. Just checking behind to see where everyone is, and there's no one in sight, so Goosens takes his Joker lap as we'll continue on ours. So as again, like we did in the last race, we need to take it this time by, otherwise we'll be given a time penalty. So we'll see where this is going to put us as we cross the line to start our final lap of the semi-finals. And all we need to do, remember, is get third or above, and we will be into the grand final of this race. And being very cheeky there, just hit the wall trying to do the perfect handbrake turn, but we just didn't get it working. We still managed on to hold on to third place here. It's a bit of a drag race between us and Visser, who's going to take second place. Goosens will win this semi-final, but we're going to go down the inside. Visser opened the door for us, and we will take it, and we get second place and are through to the grand final of our first tournament league, whatever you want to call this, into the semi-final as we go, as the others as well, noting the times. Group 1 were quicker than Group 2, so this will be an interesting final. This is, it's 6 cars again, but there are 6 laps as well in all the grand finals as well. They do it on there. Just gonna do some last minute changes, not really much to change, but I just decided we've got an hour's worth, we might as well just get the car fully repaired.
Have a think about taking the Joker early in this race, as your grid slot should allow you a good run into it.
Our engineer gave us a bit of a tip there that we are on the inside on the far left, but we're going to be going for the final run of our first race meeting here in the Rallycross career mode, and away we go, as we're getting a bit punted there from the cars in front. I think that's Visser giving us a bit of a punt there. As you can see, we're trying to hold it on and we somehow get away with it, as Visser punts his way through to 4th, but obviously this is Rallycross and anything can happen. If you want to get past, you've got to punt them. Not as aggressive, obviously, as he pulls through for 4th place. So a bit of a cheeky move there from him, but we've got our Joker lap out of the way, so we can just basically now push the car and see if we can gain any positions and time back to the 3 cars in front who have not done their Joker laps, and jump them once they take theirs. And they're all line astern there, as you can see them crossing the line to start the 3rd lap. Well, Visser's pulled away from us, so we've got a tiny bit of damage on us, it seems. The handling is a bit more terrible than it was when we first started the race, or in the 4 races we did on there, so it's a bit tight, so we need to really put more steering lock in it. And as you can see, 2 of them have taken the Joker laps in front, have maintained position. From the contact we made from Visser's probably cost us a position on there, as he's gone actually wide, so we've gained a bit of time on these 3 cars in front, as the leader Goosens is still not taking his Joker lap. So maybe a tactic there from him. We'll have to wait and see, as dust is going all over the screen and it's very difficult with the visibility, which makes this more interesting as well, because it is realistic like it is in Rallycross on there. As Visser opened the doors, we give a bit of a cheeky punt just to let him know we're coming on his way on there, as we're going to try and brake a bit late. He leaves the door open on the inside. We're going to try and hold it to the inside, and we have done, using a tiny bit of the tarmac, and we gain 4th place on him, as we're going to be going now to the final lap of this grand final of our first race of the championship at Liddon Hill, as Goosens does take the Joker lap, as you can see in front of us. He will probably maintain the lead of the race, and he just does about, as Mercier is still right on him, and he actually takes the lead of the race with the last corner coming up, and I think it is going to be Mercier is going to take the win here. We're going to do a bit of a drift there, late move on Vertanen, and we get it done just about. You can just see him in the background there. We get 3rd place in our first race of the championship. Decent start for us there, as we get 20 points in the bag as well. But thanks very much for watching this, guys, this first episode. The next race is in Sweden, I think it is, for the 2nd round and the final round of the championship in the Open Championship. But until then, guys, have a great day, and I shall see you for episode 2. Until then, take care, guys.